All right, this is Embers Adrift. So I've been playing it for the last week, and I just want to give my report, just give some of my thoughts about the experience, what it's been like. The game has been out for a year. I'd been following it since I'd found out it had been released, I was interested because I'm into old school MMO RPG type gaming like EverQuest, Dark Age of Camelot, Warhammer Online, whatever. Like I'm into MMORPGs. But there was something about the game that I just felt like it wasn't ready yet. And so I kind of, I read reports, I saw what people were saying, I watched some gameplay videos, and it didn't feel like it didn't feel like it was fully baked. That's probably the best way to describe it. But they've been doing a free trial period here through November 5th, and when I found out about it, I decided to hop in. I'd been playing on Project Quorum on EverQuest, old school classic EverQuest, and just on a whim, I was like, "Oh, they've had it out for a year. They've had updates. Let's hop in and see what it's like for myself." And I have been pleasantly surprised and extremely engaged with the game, with the gameplay, and with the immersive experience of it. And I'm going to share a couple of my thoughts before we go in and start looking at how the game plays or like how it functions. But one of the coolest things about it was like there's no information online about what anything really is or like where to find the quests or how to do things or what the best classes are for certain situations. Like everything is like an open sea of discovery right now, to the point to where last night I was just hunting bears and boars, and I saw a path, and I was in like a cobweb area where there was all these spiders, and there was like this path, and I started going up the path, and I ended up on top of a mountain with a ranger dude hanging out, and I'm talking to him, and he gives me a quest, and it felt like I had achieved something just through discovery. Because I don't know where any of these quests are. I'm having to talk to people, and this is the other thing too, which has been awesome about the experience, is the way knowledge works in this game, the way personal knowledge works in this game. So when I started a week ago, I didn't know anything about the starter area. And so I kind of had to rely on other people to figure out what I'm doing and where to go and what stuff means. And now that I'm a week in, I'm able to share that knowledge with others who are trying to figure out how to complete quests and what they should be doing. So there's this cool give and take, or borrow and give, or learn and share methodology to the game right now, where if you're playing and if you're going to play, we're relying on one another to make progress. And it harkens back to my earliest days of playing EverQuest. And then in that sense, if you can't tell by my voice, I highly recommend this. Like I actually want to see people play this game. I want to see it succeed because of how much fun I'm having, and I want to see it continue to grow and expand. I guess they're adding like a magic system tomorrow. They're making new skills and stuff. Let me show you what this looks like and how it functions and what it plays. But I would recommend not even doing that and just going to download it now and starting to play while it's available for free, because you're gonna want to get it. So this is the guy I started with. I started with a Juggernaut. The Juggernaut's like the tank class. Well, I think it's called tank, and then you can pick like Knight, Juggernaut, or Marshal. And every single subclass is like a unique play style. So just because you clicked, the Juggernaut's like a DPS kind of tank. And I was surprised to find that under the DPS subtree, there's like a warden that's kind of like a druid, so you can cast spells and shoot a bow and stuff. But this is the game. I recommend changing the options when you start playing to make it so nighttime isn't so troubling, and you do that by this exposure adjustment toggle right here. You increase it, lower it. It changes how how heavy nighttime is. And I also did some adjustments on my monitor, but when I first started playing, nighttime was too much. I couldn't see shit. But now that I got it fixed up, I actually I prefer nighttime to daytime. And you got your torch here that lights up so you can see minerals and stuff you want to mine there. But yeah, so this is the guy. I've got some armor. I'm level 13. The thing to keep in mind is progression's really slow, and I would encourage, like, if you're gonna start playing, like, it is a slow build. Like, the first 6 levels are kind of a hump, but if you can just get in the feng shui and the flow of just, like, you know, hunting monsters, gathering stuff for your profession, you know, exploring the area, talking to people, finding out what quests are, you're going to have a good time. It's just, it's not your everyday game. It's not the games like we get nowadays where you're in and you're instantly like, level up, you know, new skill, you know, this and that. Like, the rewarding parts of this game are, for at least in my experience, have been the adventures and the relations and the interactions with other people in the process of discovery. And since this game is still new, it's a year out, there's a ton to discover, and it's not solved. It's not a solved game. It's still being, in a lot of ways, it's still being built. So yeah, so this is what it looks like. You can run around. I've got this cool two-handed maul. And just right now, like I'm feeling the zen right now. I'm running and I'm not running that fast. You know, it really, to me, it's a meditative experience. It really challenges and encourages one to slow down and be present for what's going on. You can see, you can't see in the chat because of my video monitor right here, but people are looking for groups. People are doing things. They're talking. And there's no compass, as you can tell. Like, there's no real way of knowing where I am other than trying to find the giant blue planet in the sky. That is north. That's your compass. When you press M, you can see a map. I don't even know where I am on this map. You know, I know what I've discovered and what things are, but my actual locator for the character is not on here. So I was just at the Raven Rock outpost, and that's right here. That's Raven Rock. So I can guesstimate I'm like right around here looking north. And that's how you orient yourself. So it's even challenging in your orientation. But yeah, so it really is a beautiful game. The music's really calm, really chill. And I really, if you approach this as like a meditative, relaxing, sociable, discoveringable type of experience, you're going to have a great time. There's no rush. You don't have to min and max. You can get better stuff and feel good about stuff. It's all good. Here's a guy. That's Kanos. Cases. He's going somewhere. He's going somewhere in his own time. But yeah, so if you look down here, you can see my hotbar. These are my skills. And I remember when I was reading reports and hearing stuff about what people were saying about the game, about being frustrated that there was no magic and it's low fantasy and all this and that. And it was very discouraging. You can ignore all that. Like, these abilities are skills, are magic. It's all the same. Like, depending on the class you pick, you're going to have abilities that are basically like having magic skills. And then you got this top bar, which is like your inventory stuff that enhances your attacks and helps you res people and throw daggers. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, then you're off on your own. You're playing. And then you can see like does here and you can attack them. And so this is a green. It's a low con, but you want to, like, I'd want to take them down because I'd want to gather its leather. So if you watch, you know, I'm pressing the buttons. If I want to do defense here, I can throw a little defense in here. It's not like you have a rotation like other MMORPGs where you just got to get really proficient at your rotation. Everything is about timing and everything is about circumstances of the engagement. And you have to monitor your energy levels. You have to monitor what your group is doing. And play according to the circumstance. So, in that sense, it's yeah, I mean, it's just been really awesome. So once you kill something, you loot it, gather it, 8 seconds to gather, take a breather, listen to your breath, check your phone, do whatever you want, get the leather, and you can craft your stuff. But yeah, so like, yeah, I guess the one thing I'd like to emphasize, if you're interested and you've clicked this video and you want to give it a try, is it's enjoyable if you're willing to allow yourself to slow down, relax, and enjoy an immersive experience. This is one of the best experiences I've had in years. A new experience, like something like a new game that has came out. And I'll tell you, like, when I first started playing, at first I was like, this game sucks. Like, but there's something about it, and I don't know what it is, because I was playing with my brother. We both decided to play together. I was enjoying it. He wasn't having a good time. And I just was like, I guess I kind of agree with you that, like, it's really kind of slow and there's something sucky about it, but there's something that's keeping me engaged. And it's like a slow burn or something. It was like a slow... I was just like, I'm just going to keep going and see what happens. I'm going to give it time. I'm going to be patient with it. Kind of like... Yeah, I don't even know if it's like a good book or a good movie. Like, normally, if something's not good for me in the first few minutes, I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it. I'll change the channel. But there was something telling me to just play through. And yeah, it has proven to be awesome. So my encouraging message is, if you're gonna start playing, is just give yourself permission to slow down, relax. You're not trying to get anywhere. You're not trying to be the max level. You just give the game an opportunity to what's it called when something's like not boiling on a pot, but like not melting on a pot. Satiate, wither. Just let the game do the game. Let the game play you. And then that's the mountain thing I discovered at the... That's where I ended up. I didn't even notice that. I never knew it was even up there until I was over here by these cobwebs and I saw the path and I went up it and I saw there was a ranger up there. But yeah, I think that's all I got. I just wanted to make a video to encourage those that are thinking about playing to give it a shot. Would love to see on here. Would love to see more people. Would love to see more support for it. I'd like to keep playing it. I'd like to see more content being put into the game. And just more people to play with is more fun. So thanks for clicking the link. If you're on, hit up Smouse if you have questions. Or I know the first zone really well. That's about it. This is the second zone. I'd be happy to help. Well, that's it. Here's the quote for today from Clive in Zone Chat. This is the quote for today, and I'll leave us with this. Donkey teeth, it ain't nobody. Tat gonna get that buff though. Thanks for joining.